Watch me turn my disadvantages to my advantage. Watch me show the whole world that the Eagles landed. Pure intent, inner strength. Watch me walk into the fire. I never tire, I only get stronger.
Hey, it's time for our final workout of the week. Today we are focusing on that strength endurance. We've got hinge, we've got squat, we've got lunge, we've got everything rocking today. You'll follow me for the intermediate moves. Luke has the regression and Ingrid has the progression. You'll need your dumbbells, and if you're taking it up, you got those sandbags. And wait, we've got that functional builder at the end, but I'll tell you more about that later. Let's go ahead and get into our warm-up here. We're gonna start with our good morning to twist, light fingertips behind the ears. Go ahead and shift forward into that hinge, come up, and then give me that rotation. Get a little exhale, take it to the other side. And then back down. It's a good way to warm up the body and all the different planes. You're gonna need it. Taking it through one side at a time. Finding your breath. Last 10 seconds. And tighten that core as you're rotating through. Finish on that hinge. 3, 2, and 1. I was like, thank you. Moving on to the next one. Stepping to the right, come into that lateral lunge, drop that hand down, rotate up, and then come back up to the top and switch sides. So right here, you don't have to drop all the way down into that lunge as we're still warming up, but take your time. Exhale in the rotation. See that functional test creeping in. Working on it right here. Just inhale and exhale. Feel free to take a little bit of an extra pause up top too to see if you can deepen that range. Keep track of your eye line. Come on up. Finishing on this side. Hold it out. And 1. Coming to the top of your mat here. We're gonna go into our butt kickers, bringing that heel while we're traveling, and then we're gonna reverse back in that jog. Nice and light. No need to get crazy. When you see what's coming, you'll be happy that you're pacing it out. Let's keep it light here. Shoulders dropped, and take it down. Good. Still breathing through. Take it back. Core is still tight, especially as you're coming forward. You can have that slightest forward lean, feeling engaged, and back we go. We're almost there. We're getting to the good stuff. About 10 seconds. Finish here in 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Okay, so for this first one here, if you're with Ingrid, you have your sandbags. Otherwise, you have your dumbbells in these. So we're gonna go into our prayer squat to reach. You'll join me with the dumbbell. We'll take it down, work on that depth. Then we're gonna switch into our single leg RDL. We'll do one side for one round, and then we'll hit it again in the next. Then we'll finish off with that loaded dumbbell squat. Okay, we are getting low today. Take your time, pick the right weight for you, and in the second round, I want you to pick up that intensity as you're feeling more comfortable. So we're working for that 45 seconds here. Nice little tempo, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my piece of equipment to get ready. And I want you to keep your chest up as we're moving through this here. Remember, this first movement is about mobility, okay? You're gonna see the difference between your loaded squat and your prayer squat. Taking it up here, you're gonna join Luke here with that body weight movement in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're gonna take it down. As you come up, I want you to come into that calf raise, hold and pause for a second, and back down. You can start to sink in as you go. And here we go. Exhale as you come to the top. Tippy toes, a little balance coming into play. If you're feeling good after Ingrid's workout, you know what balance is about, right? Push through. Really brace that core. You want to feel like you have that string coming through your head, nice and tall. Good, last 10 seconds. It's like the slower you go, you're still gonna feel it. No need to rush here. We've got it for you. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, switching over to our single leg RDL. We're gonna work with that right side. I'm gonna be using my dumbbells. Ingrid has her sandbags. And we're gonna go here, rock it out. Ready, Luke?
I'm ready.
With that single, here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. So hinging forward, find that balance, and then come back up to the top. Right here, that first one's just like, where is my body? How's it feeling? Creating that tripod with that foot. Pinky toe, big toe, heel. Control back, even though I got shaky there, right? Slight bend in the knee and up. Big thing too, keep your shoulders back. See, we worked in that 45-second time because I don't want you to rush. I want you to take your time. And up, last 10 seconds. Finish in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Comely back up to the top. Okay, we're gonna go into that loaded squat. I'm gonna stay with my 2 dumbbells. I'm gonna rack it up top. Ingrid's got a nice little jump right here. And Luke's gonna work with that single dumbbell. Here we go, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. So take your time on the load, and then come on up. Nice, slow load, and come on up. Inhale down, pushing through the heels, locking in this form. So you notice my depth isn't as low on this one here, but we're staying, keeping that chest up with this weight on your shoulders. You can always drop one. You got options here. Or you're taking it up with Ingrid. Landing light is key there. Good, last 15 seconds. We're almost done with this first round. You got it. Stay low with it, don't rush it, come on. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. First break up, how are we feeling, Ingrid?
You really work on your grip strength when you're with those sandbags. So really take a moment, twist the wrists in between, and then go back into that grip.
All right, we're going back to the top with that prayer squat to calf raise. 3, 2, and 1. So you can take a little bit of a wider stance here. You want to still think about pushing those elbows out or into those knees, and then come up to that calf raise. How you feeling, Luke?
I'm good. I'm really focusing on when I get up on my tippy toes, relaxing those shoulders and trying to improve that range of motion. Really get those hands behind your body.
Still a good challenge, right? Good. Ingrid, how you feeling with those sandbags?
Really good. It's you definitely have to find your grip on the sandbags and really watch the body when you go down into the squat, because you got those bags, there's a tendency to roll over.
Okay, we're finishing here. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so quick break, moving out of that squat, going into that hinge on that left side. So again, first one, you want to really pace it out, plant that foot, make sure you feel good with the balance, full setup. You got 45 seconds to rock it. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Slight bend in the knee, take it forward. Good little hinge, and come on up. So one thing I want you to think about is not worrying about if you don't have that range of motion to come to that parallel. As long as you keep that head and heel in line, that's what you want to work off of. And as you feel good and you get stronger, you can increase that range. How you going there, Ingrid?
Really good. Really watch the hip here as you come down into that single leg. There's a tendency for the hip to open up, so you really want to maintain the form on that, especially when you have those weights in hand.
Oh yes, that's a good one. Watch those hips. Last 3, 2, and 1. Come on out. Finishing this round with that loaded squat. Okay, I'm gonna rack those weights. Feel free, you can take up the tempo just a little bit, but do not lose that quality form. Here we go. You ready, Luke?
I'm ready,
Let's go. 3, 2, and 1. Down we go. And up. Feel like I should ask Ingrid how she was doing. She's getting it hard over there. Good, thrust up. So as we're maybe fatiguing a little bit, I want you to think about when you're down, are your knees caving in? Take them out and push up strong.
In this goblet squat here, guys, you're naturally going to want to lean forward. You've got to counteract that weight and keep that core engaged. Weight on the heels and chest up.
There you go, chest up, baby. We got this, nice and proud. Last 10 seconds, we're gonna finish off that round. Woo! You can feel your core working, even those legs are going. That good support, last 3, 2, and 1. Weights are down. Take a second here. Nice little break. Okay, moving on into our second circuit. I have good news. We are dropping the time by 5 seconds. So it's 40 seconds on, 20 seconds rest. For our first movement, we're gonna go into a dumbbell switch in our sumo squat position. Then we're moving into a lateral lunge to a curtsy lunge rotation. Sounds like a lot. I know you got it. We'll focus on one side. Then we're gonna go into a Kang squat. It sounds crazy, but it's gonna be such a good and new movement for you to be super mindful about everything. And then we're gonna walk our dumbbell swings going into that hinge. So you'll have the option again for those sandbags with Ingrid, and you'll join Luke and I with the dumbbells. Find the version that's good for you. And let's get into it, okay? So grab your first piece of equipment. We're gonna get ready for our sumo switch, starting with that weight down the center, wide stance, toes turned out. We're gonna drop down, adductors working. 3, 2, and 1. So you're down, pick it up, drop it down, and switch. If you're working with Ingrid, you are sitting in it, going through that figure 8 pass. So think about keeping your knees out. Okay, we're not caving, we're out. We're rocking it. You already feel it working. I feel like we are used to those squats and then we add a sumo and it's like, what happened to our legs? The next day, firing all kinds of different muscles. Chest is tall. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a second, shake it out. Okay, we're gonna go into our lateral lunge to rotation in the curtsy. So as you step out, I want you to think about coming back into the curtsy, keeping that knee right behind the ankle with a little rotation. Obliques about to work. Okay, grab that weight. 3, 2, and 1. Step it out to the side, come to that curtsy, and rotate into it. And out. And think about exhaling into this position right here while you're still turning on the obliques. And the good part about using the sandbag with that shift, you're turning it on even more. Sit in that leg. Okay, don't skip this part right here. Last 10, come on. Get this right, keep that knee in line for that curtsy in the front. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. That one got it up a little bit. Heart rate up a little bit. Going into the Kang squat, listen to the instructions right here. I promise you can follow through with us. Luke's gonna go body weight. I'm gonna have a dumbbell in hand, and Ingrid will be rocking that one weight behind the neck. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. So weight at chest with me. You're gonna hinge forward. Think about a good morning. Drop into that squat. Shift back into that hinge. Come back up to standing. So we're reversing it. Hinge, squat, hinge, up. So this is a good way to learn the difference between squatting and hinging. Because sometimes it's really easy to slip into the other form. Almost there, hinge, drop it down, back, up. So hinge, let me see your face, and then hinge and up. Last 3, 2, and 1. Come on out. Core's working to keep that weight working. Last 1 swings. Let's finish up on a high here. Grab that weight, okay? Ingrid's gonna get nice and fancy with those alternating swings. Luke and I are gonna rock those dumbbells. We go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to that hinge. You should feel really solid in these hinges, right? We just went through that tutorial. You know where it's at. Sometimes you can think about tapping a door shut with your hips as you're pushing back. Keep those shoulders dropped. Good hinge. Pick up that momentum. Let's end on that high. We got another round. Remember, we've been given the gift of time, okay? Shorter time, but more opportunity to work and push through. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on out. It's almost like a extra work, taking those dumbbells out calmly from those swings. So we're gonna go back to the top. Same thing with a sumo. Maybe you're sitting down lower. Maybe you're picking up the tempo. Pick the one that's right for you for those switches. Tall chest, here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Down. Good. How you doing, Ingrid?
Great. There's a tendency to really want to like hinge forward on that sumo squat. So really watch it. Keep the chest raised as you move that sandbell.
Good work, team. We've got this last 15 seconds here. Then we're gonna go into that lateral lunge to the curtsy lunge with that rotation. All the pieces. Woo! Finishing here in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Weights down. Shake it out. Always have to shake it out after that one. So we're gonna step out to the left side, and then we're gonna rotate over to the right. That one weight in hand. Okay, ready, Luke?
I'm ready. This is quite a bit of movement, this one. I really have to focus.
We got it. We got 40 seconds to do it, Luke. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Out to the side, curtsy, and it's like you're thinking about that coordination, but I want you to sit in the lunge, sit in your curtsy, and then hit that rotation. Feel free to break it down. And as you feel good, you can smoothly transition through. Oh yeah. I'd say working on that depth is gonna be to your benefit so you can take on that burn even more. Ooh. Sweat in here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. Catch your breath. Catch it. Okay, going into that king squat from that hinge to that squat. Really tall chest in that squat. Feel the difference between the movement. You've got it here. Take your time. This is a good way to reset before we hit those swings, okay? Let's go. In 3, 2, and 1. We hinge, squat chest up, hinge, back to standing. Little pendulum here, right? Going through. Ingrid, how are you feeling?
Great. I love the load on my back, well, my neck for the good mornings. Really gets into the hamstrings here. Don't forget to keep the eyes up, especially on that squat. Yeah.
How do you feel, Luke?
I'm really just breaking down the movement, hinging forward, and I almost feel like I pivot off my head into that squat and repeat the process.
Finishing strong. Last 3, 2, and 1. As the bead of sweat drops. Thank you very much for participating. Moving on to your dumbbell swings into that hinge. We just slowed it down and just hit it hard right here. Just take it to the top in those swings. Really work on that thrust time. So sometimes we get a little tired. You're gonna push through, okay? In 3, 2, and 1. Anytime you feel a little bit fatigued, think about how can I make this better? How can I push myself right now? Just taking in that one thing to be mindful about your movement is gonna change your game, right? Focusing on it. It's also gonna help the time go quicker. Woo! Come on, I got more gifts for you. Let's get through this. Final 15 seconds. Let that time empower you. We got it. Come on.
Last 10, come on.
We got it. No one's really keeping track of time here, right? We're excited. No kidding. 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. Okay. Feel free to sing at the end. Anything to feel good. More gifts here. We are dropping to 35 seconds on, 25 seconds rest. To really reset, to really push. We're gonna go into heels elevated, squat pulses, keeping it down, okay? Then we're gonna go into our lateral shifts with dumbbell switches. I just wanna keep us moving and grooving, right? Mixing in that salsa. And then we've got our half burpee to squat hold. We're gonna sit in it. We're just gonna take in all the goodness that we've been working on, okay? So again, you still have your options with your sandbags with Ingrid. You got your options with me. Take your break right here. This is the final like big push. You've got it. Let's go ahead and grab your weights. I'm gonna go ahead and hold one single dumbbell. Okay, Luke's gonna keep his heels on the ground for this one here and work on that pulse. Ingrid and I, heels up. 3, 2, and 1. So sit it down, find that balance, lift up, and get comfortable. So we're just hanging out, right? This is where you tell yourself all the good stuff, that you can do it, completely possible. And the big thing we're working on here is, again, keeping that chest up, making sure we're not like teeter-tottering too much forward, but staying low. If you need to, maybe you just arrange a little bit and work through it. Otherwise, you're back in it. Coming out almost feels crazier, so stay in it with me, okay? Woo! Push it out. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh. Anybody else grateful for the longer rest time? I know I am. So for the lateral shifts, instead of stepping out to your lunges, you're already gonna find that base. You'll shift back and forth. If you feel like you're stuck in your base, just adjust it. You're not stuck anywhere, okay? Find the movement that feels good for you. Dumbbell in hand, okay? Wide stance, dumbbell in left, and we shift to the right. 3, 2, and 1. So shift, take it to the other side. So whatever leg you're going towards, the dumbbell's in the opposite hand. It's kind of a little nice toss and switch in between. Again, finding your breath. Still maintaining that thought with your lunge as you step to the side, right? You're sitting your hips back, keeping your chest up. We should be connected this whole time, okay? We're not looking down at the ground. Just let those beads of sweat drop. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, half burpee, baby. Okay, into that squat hold. So you'll come into that high stance. You can jump in with Ingrid. Otherwise, you're stepping it in and staying in that squat hold for just a second, and then you're repeating it all, okay? So we'll come down in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So depending where you're at, come to that plank, and then you'll sit in the hold and you go a little more shallow with Luke. And then we're staying here. Right, it's like you wanna stand up, but you won't. Okay, we're gonna stay in it. See how that mobility is creeping in? See how we did that? Good. Tempo here. Really look to bring your chest up in between, because sometimes we just stay focused right here. There's so much in front of you. Good. Finishing strong. Count it down here. Last couple seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. That was good.
That got the heart rate up.
Did it not? Good. How's that mobility feeling, Ingrid?
Definitely good. You know, you really have to focus on coming on the outside of the hand, so you really have to open up the hip flexors there in order to do that.
That is a great cue. That's why she's here, people. Okay, sit in that position there, open up. We've got this one more time. Let's go into those squat pulses, elevated. 3, 2, and 1. Definitely heart rate up because the beads of sweat are coming down. That's when I know, that's my cue.
I think the key here is really to concentrate on the pulse. I always tell them, don't hunt the ground, right? Control your pulse. You get deeper into the muscles that way.
Yes. Feel it out. We've got it here. Last 10 seconds, chest up. Fight it out. Come on, 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. Gently come on out. Ooh, it was like da-da-da-da-da. That's when you did it right, okay. Going into those lateral switches. Okay, wide base here, toes facing forward, okay? Chest up, remember, sit back. We're not looking at the ground. We're tall and proud. I'm gonna hang out here. Inhale, exhale, team. We've got this. Going to the right first, dumbbell left hand. 3, 2, and 1. So we shift. Feel that elongation right here, and also think about like you're not stiff in that hold. Let that arm drop because it also allows you to engage your core more, stopping that weight. That's the big thing as you're doing more functional movement, right? We got to think about how we're maintaining that control and form, and that's also going to help us with our power, our agility, and best of all, keep from injury so we can keep going, okay?
This is a good little gardening, picking those weeds.
Yes.
Toss them. Take those weeds, toss it.
Last 3, 2, and 1. That's a fun way to pick weeds. Woo. Okay, this is it. The burpee. We are not scared of burpees here. We embrace them, okay? We're gonna sit in that hold. We'll start standing before we have to sit in that, okay? So 10 seconds. Remember, keep your feet, knees to the outside. 3, 2, and 1. Drop down. Make sure your plank is good too, okay? Don't like round in between, drop down and hold up. Maybe take those hands off the ground. Sit it out. Luke, how you feeling?
I'm good. The quads are on fire, but I'm feeling good. Trying to keep nice and fluid movements, keep that core engaged, and just work on good form.
Love it, team. We've got those last 10 seconds right here. Push it out. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on out. Nice work. Way to rock that round. Okay, now we're going into our very first functional builder. So we're doing this at the end of every week. And the first move we learn, we're gonna be adding onto it every week. And that's gonna build on everything we're working on in this program. Your stability, mobility, hinge, lunge, agility. We're gonna test you. Feel free to go through. You have 3 different options to rock with us. The first challenge is getting off the floor with no hands. We're going there, people. So if you're joining me, you're gonna come off of a bent knee. If you're joining Luke, you're gonna go ahead and use both legs going into the cross position. And then if you're going with Ingrid, you're just coming off the floor. You're just going straight for it. Take your time through this movement here. We'll rock it for 60 seconds. Remember, you will still have time to work on this every week. We got the full program for you. Let's go ahead and come down to the ground. Get ready. Legs are gonna come straight out. And 3, 2, and 1. So coming on up, coming through that bent knee, and then you're just gonna reverse it back down. Take your time, find what's right with you. Taking it to that right leg out, coming through, push to the heel, back to standing, back down. Whew. Nice time here, full reset. Whew. It's like, can I get off the ground right after that entire workout? We've got it. I'm like getting crazy here. Take it up. Bent knee.
Really got to watch the hip flexors on this full get up. I'm coming up wide, but feel free to walk it in. So, you know, doing those hip mobility stretches are key to this, right? I'm not using any swing to get up. I'm really using the core, tightening the core, using the core here, and coming up here.
We've got it, team. Last couple seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. Whew. How do we feel?
Good.
First builder. That's the first time we're doing it through. If it felt crazy, no worries, because you're gonna keep working on it, okay? You're gonna find what feels good to you, but let's go ahead and get into that cool down. So we're gonna start out in a figure 4 stretch, but we're gonna do it seated. We're gonna take that right leg on top of that left, okay? And I want you to just hold it right here for a second. So if it feels a little bit tight right here, you can extend that leg out to take off a little pressure, still staying up tall. Notice that theme, nice and proud. So hold it here. Let's take a nice inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So from this position here, what I want you to do is actually drop that left knee, and we're just gonna rock it side to side. So find a pace. It doesn't have to be fast. Again, we're just keeping those hips oiled, okay? Keeping them oiled, keeping those glutes happy. Hopefully you're just feeling really good, challenging yourself with these different movements, knowing what to tune into to make sure you're performing like at the highest level of that movement. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and come on out. Take it to the other side. Left leg over top. Okay, find that adjustment. This one's tighter, so I'm gonna move this up here and hold. Take it into that inhale and exhale. Good breathing. I hear Luke breathing. That's what I was like, I'm just gonna go on his cue.
Deep breath in.
We're all alive here. Good, just a couple more seconds. See if you can take it in just a little bit. Pull that leg in. And let's go ahead and transition into that drop. It's okay if you don't completely touch the floor. You can just swivel back and forth. The big thing as you're like challenging your mobility is never really feeling like you're forcing it, but just inviting your body, if it feels good, to get into that position.
And you may not want to show up to the party. Just fine.
We'll keep working on it, right? Last couple of seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Team, how are you feeling?
Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
Really, really nice work. Hope you're feeling good and empowered that you just crushed your first week. And remember, the workouts are one thing, but you have to keep that mind right as you're continuing to get challenged. So be sure to check out those meditations on Centr. We'll see you in the next workout.
See you guys.
Bye.